Before we begin, let me tell you the truth no one else will. English idioms are not just phrases to memorize. They're traps that confuse you, make you feel lost, and sometimes even embarrassed in conversations. You think you just need to learn a list of idioms, right? Wrong. That's the myth everyone sells you. Idioms don't work like vocabulary words you can just memorize and recall. Here's the real problem. Idioms live in the messy, fast world of everyday speech. They're tied to culture, emotion, and context, things you can't just translate word for word. So when someone says, "It's raining cats and dogs," you don't just hear rain, you hear confusion, you freeze, you miss the meaning entirely. And that feeling? It's frustrating. It makes you doubt your English skills. It makes you want to give up. But here's the truth. That confusion is part of the process. You're not broken. You're not slow. You're learning a new way of thinking, a new way of hearing English that goes beyond words. Most advice tells you to memorize idioms, but what you really need is to understand how they work in real conversations, how they connect to feelings, situations, and culture. So, if you feel stuck every time you hear an idiom, listen closely. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about changing how you listen, how you think, and how you connect the dots. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 truths about understanding English idioms in everyday conversations. These truths will give you real tools, not just empty motivation, to improve your listening skills and your English. And remember, as you learn these truths, you're not just improving your English, you're training your brain to hear the language as it's really spoken, naturally, fluently, and with meaning. Truth number 1. Idioms are clues, not puzzles. They're hints dropped in conversation to express feelings or ideas quickly. When you hear an idiom, don't panic. Look for the feeling behind it. Is the speaker angry, happy, worried? That feeling will guide you to the meaning. Truth number 2. Context is your best friend. The words around the idiom, the situation, the tone, all these help you decode the meaning. If someone says, "break a leg," before a performance, they're not wishing harm, they're wishing good luck. The situation tells you that. Truth number 3. Idioms often come from stories or history. Knowing a little about their origin can make them easier to remember and understand. For example, spill the beans means to reveal a secret. It comes from an old voting method using beans. Interesting, right? Truth number 4. Practice with real conversations, not just lists. Listen to podcasts, watch shows, and pay attention to how idioms are used naturally. Don't just memorize. Listen, feel, connect. That's how your brain learns idioms the way native speakers do. Truth number 5. Don't fear making mistakes. Using idioms wrong is part of learning. Every error is a step closer to fluency. So, next time you hear an idiom, don't freeze. Think about the feeling, the context, the story behind it, and try to use it yourself, even if it's imperfect. Remember, this is not just about learning English idioms. It's about training your ear to understand real, natural English, the kind you hear every day in conversations. You're building a skill that will open doors at work, in travel, in friendships. This skill is listening with understanding, not just hearing words. So, what's next? Start small. Pick one idiom a day. Listen for it in conversations or media. Think about its feeling and context. Write it down. Use it in a sentence. Say it out loud. Make it part of your English life. And don't rush. This skill takes time. But every minute you spend listening and practicing brings you closer to fluency. You're not alone in this. Every English learner struggles with idioms. But those who keep going, they break through the confusion and start to understand the real language. So, listen carefully, practice daily, and watch how your understanding of English idioms grows naturally, deeply, and powerfully. Thank you for joining me in this episode of English Listening Corner. Keep listening, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next story. Remember, Every idiom you understand is a step closer to speaking English like a native. Keep going, your progress is real. Now, go out there and listen with new ears. The world of English idioms is waiting for you.